Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the ODPP Café show. My name is Anita Onuko. I'm your host for the show. The show is brought to you courtesy of the Office of the Director of Public Prosecution, and we aim to discuss topics that empower you, that educate you and inform you about the criminal justice system, of course, from the perspective of the ODPP. Our show is live on Facebook and on YouTube. You can get us at the Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions Kenya, both on Facebook and YouTube. You can follow us on Facebook, also subscribe to our channel on YouTube. And on Twitter, we are at ODPP_KE. And now the cafe has its own Twitter handle as well. You can follow us at ODPPKE_cafe. So do follow us and catch up with us on YouTube, our channel on YouTube, to get to know what we're discussing. So as always, we discuss the topic of the week, and 8th of March, Wednesday, I think, was International Women's Day, and the theme was digital, innovation and technology for gender equality. And the ODPP released a statement saying that it supports the UN's theme for this year because innovation and technology for gender equality, it advocates for inclusion of women in tech and innovation. So today that's our topic, and I have two wonderful ladies, beautiful ladies here, who are going to help us unpack the topic for the day. But before we get to the topic of the day, I want us to just take a quick sneak into the courts. And our disclaimer is always that this is not exhaustive. It is just a bit of what has been happening in the courts. And I'll just take you through a few of those, then we can get on with the topic for the day. So the first case we look at is about the Bondo clerk, a clerk in Bondo, who was taken to court for soliciting bribes. So this was a case that was someplace in Bondo. Bondo is in Nyanza, if you don't know where Bondo is. So 3 prosecution witnesses testified before Honorable Douglas Ogoti in a case involving a former Bondo law court clerk who was accused of soliciting a bribe to fast-track the withdrawal of an assault case in 2018. The prosecution was led by Sylvester Thuo and presented to the court Honorable Edwin Wasike, Butere Law Court Senior Principal Magistrate, Patrick Mbijiwe, an ESCC investigator, and Catherine Sarah Murambi, a government chemist, who each gave individual testimony against the accused. So this is a case on soliciting for bribes that is currently ongoing. After examining the exhibits, it turned out that the exhibits contained APQ powder that is used to treat money in the swabs of Martin Ochieng. Martin Ochieng is a court clerk. The prosecution has 3 more witnesses to present before it closes its case, and the next hearing date will be on 8th of May 2023. The next case is about a 26-year-old man who was sentenced to life imprisonment for defiling a 7-year-old girl. This took place in Wajir. The court sentenced the 26-year-old man to life for this story. He defiled a 7-year-old girl in Wajir in 2022 September. Principal Magistrate Honorable Roslyn Aganyo ruled that the prosecution had proved the case against Baris Bilo beyond any reasonable doubt. Honorable Aganyo pointed out that the court takes judicial notice of the prevailing cases of defilement, and thus the need to accord the accused a custodial sentence. So I think the accused wanted an uncustodial sentence, but because of the prevalence of this case, this ruling was made otherwise. The accused was a danger to the community, definitely, and a harsher sentence would keep him from the society and, of course, deter anyone else who may think of the same. Like Veja Makamani says, iwe funzo kwa wengine. I had to mention Veja Makamani. The third case is about the murder of a Dutch tycoon, and one of the witnesses has pleaded to be a court witness. The trial of 3 people over the murder of Dutch tycoon Herman Rowenhorst, I hope I pronounced that right, took a new twist after key suspect expressed willingness to work with the state. Justice Anongijo has been informed that the suspect reached out to the ODPP for a plea bargain deal that will see the suspect cross over to the prosecution side. So that happens as well. Plea bargain takes place a lot, and there's a policy that drives that from the ODPP. Ms. Cherono was granted a 2 million bond with a condition that she must not contact Rowenhorst's children. and she was also barred from going to the Rocco apartment where the children live. The matter will be mentioned on May 16th when the state is expected to formally register in court the plea bargain agreement. The next case is about a man sentenced to life imprisonment for another defilement of a 9-year-old. A 48-year-old man will serve the rest of his life in jail for defiling a 9-year-old girl. Mombasa Principal Magistrate Honorable Martin Rabera ruled that the prosecution had proven beyond doubt that the accused defiled the minor. The prosecution was led by Prosecution Counsel Barbara Sombo, had opposed the application by the defense for an uncustodial sentence, citing the physical and psychological trauma suffered by the minor, who is still undergoing counseling. So again, another case of a person charged with defilement looking for a non-custodial sentence. But I think the court said no to this. The court found it necessary to impose severe penalties on sex offenders in order to deter future offenders from committing similar crimes in the future. So again, those are the cases we had. And like I say always, it's not everything. We also update our social media pages with some of these cases as they come along. And for this show, we just mentioned a few of them, just a highlight of what has been happening in the courts. So back to the topic of the day. If you've been following us this week on Facebook and on Twitter, we have been profiling some very great women from the ODPP who use technology in the course of their duties, in the course of their work. And today we want to discuss this. So like I said earlier, I'm joined by two lovely ladies from ODPP who will help unpack this year's theme. So today the ODPP celebrates and reaffirms its commitment to all the women at ODPP leading the digital transformation of all its processes. So there's Wadilifu case management system, there's performance management system, and e-learning management system. Their commitment to transforming the organization has contributed immensely in enhancing access to justice and the journey towards being a 21st century prosecution service. So karibu ladies. Karibu sana. Breathe in, breathe out. Easy. I want you to introduce yourself first and tell us about yourself just a bit, Siada. And again, welcome to the show. A second time, third time. Mwenyeji. So karibu sana and just introduce yourself.
Okay, good morning, our dear viewers. My name is Siada Mohammed. I'm an IT officer. My role in this office is I'm a system administrator for Wadilifu case management, among other systems we have in the office. This is my 6th year in ODPP. So I think it's okay for an introduction right now?
I think so.
Oh, okay.
Nancy, karibu sana to the show.
Asante sana.
Yes, please introduce yourself.
My name is Nancy Kerubo Omariba. I am an advocate of the High Court of Kenya, and my role at the ODPP is I am a prosecution counsel. I've been at the ODPP for the past 8 years.
Oh wow.
Yes. And it is my first time
on the show. Karibu sana. We need a cake for first timers. With Siada cutting the cake. So Siada, tell us, did you always imagine you were going to pursue IT? Did you know you were going to pursue IT?
No.
How come? What did you want to do at first?
I always wanted to be a humanitarian and activist.
Yeah.
That has always been inbuilt, still is.
Yeah.
Then after I was done with my Form 4, I was taken into a program, equity program called Wings to Fly currently. But those days used to be called a pre-university program. And that has had a great influence on me.
Okay.
And we will attend conferences, people all over the world will be invited, they will give us talk shows, and then I realized the only way to make a difference in a society is not activism. You can use technology to change your society.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I already have activism built in me.
Yeah.
So I don't need actually to do a lot to gain those skills.
Yeah.
So
it's inborn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why can't I get some technological skills, so that at least I can combine those two to change my society. I come from Wajir. Wajir is a lovely place, very cool place, but originally people's livelihood are in pastoralism. Yeah. I come from a pastoralist community myself. So I always see my people, move around, fight over water and pasture, on boundaries, because now when you're a nomad, you have to move from one place to another, right? And I always used to think, how can you use, what skill can you get to help your people solve this problem. I'm still not there, but that passion has never died. So Equity Bank's Wings to Fly program, which used to be called pre-university, had a great influence on me joining IT.
Of your career.
Yes.
Did you ever think that it is a man's career, like it's only for men? Were you told that?
Not actually told, experienced. After high school, like most people in my time, I completed high school in 2008. So I did computer packages. And in that class, it was only me, I think, and 5 other men. So that was the first and then we used to have those Windows 8. We used to, some of the things used to be sort of DOS. So it was just men doing it, and then I was like, okay. But I used to love fields that people usually associate with men. Like I used to love physics in high school. I used to love mathematics, geography. So it wasn't. You
were ready for the field.
But I used to think it was.
So Nancy, you're a lawyer.
Yes.
Did you ever imagine that you'd use technology in the course of your work?
Not really.
Or did you just see yourself in court?
Law is about papers, files.
Yes.
So it had never really occurred to me that we would be using technology to conduct cases. Especially during the COVID season, we had to use Zoom, we had to use social media in order to mention matters and do hearings. So it is really a great milestone that we are using technology now. But it had never really occurred to me that we would actually conduct a trial
through technology.
Through technology. Yes.
Maybe this is the point to tell somebody who's studying law that ata ukatae, you'll find yourself using technology.
Indeed.
For some people say, me I can't pursue IT, me I want to just do law. But then you find, see now, there's a lawyer now who's using technology to do their job, right?
Yes, it is actually inevitable. And it is part of change, and change is inevitable. We have to move with times. Yes, so we have to embrace technology.
All right. Maybe now, just tell us a bit about now, how do you use technology in the course of your work?
Okay, in the course of my work, I am a prosecution counsel. And what I do every day on a daily basis is something we call decision to charge. That means we receive charge sheets and files from police officers at the ODPP, at the central case intake. And we have to go through the files and see whether there is evidence to charge. Once there is evidence, then we sign the charge sheet, and that is what is called the decision to charge. You've decided to take someone to court in simple terms. So after that, we have to file the charge sheet, and that is where technology comes in. At the ODPP, we have the Uadilifu case management system, and one of the features of case management system is e-filing. So we have to file the charge sheet so that it reaches court. So we use technology. We file the charge sheet and get an e-filing number, and that is how the matter goes to the judiciary. Yes.
So you are the helm of this. You're the one who does this. You and others, of course.
Yes, and my colleagues at the central case intake.
Yes. Have you ever gotten this sentiment that this is too much, this is a role too big for a woman, that a man ought to sit there and make this decision?
Okay, not necessarily, but the society is that they look at women sometimes, they look at you as just a pretty face, that really some decisions are meant for men. Men are the ones who should be advocates, men are the ones who should make decisions. But that is what I do every day on a daily basis. I make a decision to charge, and that means you're determining someone's life, whether they'll be in custody or they'll be out there walking scot-free. So there is that stigma still about women are stigmatized a lot, that we cannot make solid decisions.
Yes. But now you are. There's change. I mean, the world is progressing.
Indeed,
because now you are.
Yes.
So Siada, just tell us a bit about Uadilifu and why, not even the process itself, but what are the benefits? Why is Uadilifu so important in the process of prosecution?
I'll refer to her statement. Prosecutors are basically lawyers, right? And they've always visioned this as handling papers, carrying files, briefcases, and all that. So Uadilifu has completely reformed their thoughts and their processes by doing away with that. So all documents now move electronically within and also between organizations, between us and judiciary for now, but we'll also be integrating with other investigative agencies in the course, I think, of the year. Uadilifu has solved the issue of us used to having misplaced files, lost files. Nowadays, you just need to refer, whether you're in court, because also the system is accessible from outside the office. You can just, log in iPad, your phone, if you have a laptop, and do a reference. You can do disclosure very fast, and have a documentation that somebody acknowledges. This was disclosed at this time and was received at this time. So if I say I will talk about benefits of Uadilifu to this office, I think I'll talk all day, but those are major points. Yes.
So I'm just checking you back to what you said you do at ODPP, you're assistant administrator. What does that mean?
She's a user, system user, right? So as you use the system, you will need IT support. You will need things like, maintenance of the servers, networks. You will need, we have integration with offices like the judiciary, right? Sometimes the APIs go down. We use VPNs. So managing the back-end technological processes, that's what a system admin does.
Do you get sentiment that that's a man's job? Do you get people saying yoni kazi ya mwanaume? Or do you show up sometimes to support someone and they expect to see a different face?
Fortunately, in ODPP, people are amazing.
That's good.
Both men and women, very supportive. I think it comes from the vibe from our top management. They are really, classic people who have been.
There's diversity and inclusion.
So in the ODPP, no. But another time I was in campus and I had a mentor who was a man. You can see the way I'm dressed, right? And he was like, I think his understanding of IT at that time was people just going under tables and pulling cables, I don't know, some kind of engineering work, Kentraco employee or something like that. Anyway, and he was like, you're dressed like this, how will you do this job? I told him, how about you just sit back and watch? You will learn.
Because I think somebody told me the other day, when they call for IT support, they expect a young man will come. First of all, a young man. They don't expect to see a woman or even a middle-aged woman. So that's what I was asking. When you go support someone, do you get that look of, are you the one coming to do this?
I don't know if they feel it inside,
and they
but
don't
they've never expressed to me. So I feel really welcome at ODPP.
Oh, that's very nice. That's very nice. Yeah, because you see the statement that was released just on 8th of March, when the World Women's Day, it was that ODPP reaffirms its commitment towards diversity and inclusion, and especially for women in technology, because the ODPP is on a journey towards being a 21st century prosecution service, and you can't be that without technology. So clearly, there's need for technology. So something else I need to ask, in your opinion, has technology opened careers for women? Is there more to do now than before?
Yes, there is.
Just go ahead.
There is more to do, because nowadays you can work at home, from home. Yes. You can use Zoom to do your job. You can sell your wares online. So technology has opened up opportunities for women
to thrive in the workplace.
And that work balance thing that we always talk about, that you're a career woman, that you have children to take care of. Sometimes you don't have to go to work. You can work from home and still take care of your children. You've seen the number of businesses that have been opened up by women, online business. E-commerce, yes, you can buy things online. So that is an opportunity. Nowadays we have women drivers. You see, with the coming up of Uber, of Bolt, at the click of a button, on making a call, you get a cab. And women can work there.
Are very big stories.
Yes, indeed. So technology is really something to embrace, and it is a good thing.
And I was reading somewhere else that if the world is made up of more women than men, we cannot claim to be moving forward without the women. They can go as far as they want, quote unquote, but no hard feelings. But they need to also come with the women along. What do you think, Sylvia? Has technology opened up more opportunities for women?
Yes, it did. With technology, there are upcoming fields like cybersecurity, AI, data science, and it's endless actually. But those are a few major, career opportunities that have popped. And most women nowadays, I actually want to be a data scientist. That is where I'm heading in my line of career. This AI, as you know, like basically almost everything rides on analytics nowadays. Like right now when we're talking about Wadelifu, we pull reports, right? We have reports. If you cannot make sense of those reports, they're as good as useless, right? So you use analytics
to make sense of
those reports, use analytics to make trends out of it. What we used to call statisticians before, now are data analysts. There are many business analysts. They are endless career opportunities in IT that
made it possible. It was made possible through technology.
If you have a room, like an office at home, I've experimented that. It works.
It does?
Yes.
Oh well, if you don't have a room. So there are other processes at ODPP that use technology. I don't know if they can give us just a few, an overview of those as well.
We have many systems in ODPP. To mention a few, like one of them is Wadelifu, the other one is learning management system. Physical class, also as she mentioned, court, we use it online. Like this, see, we are disseminating information to the
without having to go to the people.
Without having to go to actually, on all the social media. So we also have performance management. We do appraisals online nowadays. We have another app called Decision to Charge.
How was it working before performance appraisal? You had to face your appraiser, sit in a room.
Yes, and fill a form.
So now,
as we discuss, you can still discuss, but correspond, fill, gives view, replies back. You see.
But you don't have to be in the same room.
No. No, your appraiser could be in the UK. And appraiser.
Is that good?
Amazing. It's amazing.
Okay. There's something else we need to talk about: gender-based violence and technology. So there's all these good gains about technology, but there's the dark side of it, and women are affected by it a lot, and children, child online pornography, women are cyberbullied. So how do you see this, Nancy, for example, from a legal perspective? How can ICT be made safer?
Indeed, there is a trend coming up of gender-based violence, digital gender-based violence.
Who knew SDPV could move to digital?
For example, you're dating someone and then they take intimate photos of you. Once you break up, it is shared online. So that is...
It's a trend.
Yes, it's a trend. It's happening. The people who troll other people online, using abusive language online. Okay, so I think we need to have laws that govern that, and we need to actually implement and put them into practice. Okay, yes, so that we can prevent that. Okay, we cannot prevent that, but we can send a message of people should be careful when they're using when they're using technology. Sometimes we even have, like now we have we were talking about taxi transport.
Yes.
We have Uber, we have Bolt. Of course, you use technology to get transport. So you don't know exactly whom you're carrying as a woman. Let's say you're a woman driver, or even a man for that matter. So you're exposed to gender-based violence. So those are the things that come with technology. But we need laws in place. Of course, we have the Cybercrime Act. So we need to really implement it and put it into practice.
Siada, from a tech perspective, what are you coming up with? Children are exposed. There's a lot. Cybersecurity is a problem. It's a new problem in town, actually. So what can be done? How do I protect my child?
Before we even get to that, technology is a double-edged sword.
Now that you say it, yes.
Yes, it depends on how you use it. You use it for good, it takes you really far. You use it for not so good circumstances, it does it even worse than the normal processes used to be before. So technology, I think as it is, the main thing that we can do is educate people first. We used to like educate people with karate and jiu-jitsu and such to protect themselves physically.
Yes.
Now we need to educate people digitally.
On digital karate.
Yes. As in how to, protect yourself, what kind of information you should share, what you shouldn't share. And she was talking about like revenge pornography, cyberbullying and such things. These are...
there's even a term for it.
Yes.
Revenge pornography.
It's called revenge pornography, yes. Yes. And such things. So there are apps in place actually where people are able to download, and then you're able to share it with your in your circle, parents, colleagues, friends. So they can monitor your movement. If you are in a in a threat or something, you can just press a button and you get an alert. Hey, such things are there. We can also equip the police and and the law enforcers with such, so that they're able to find out where these trends happen, and then they are easily available there. For the children's part, I think that falls more on the parents and the caregivers than it does on technology. Children cannot be left alone with technology without supervision. That is something I think we need to navigate really carefully.
But how do they explore their capabilities?
They are something like, you remember what we used to call PG in programs?
Yes.
There's something like that. You can set on let's say your child has an iPad, right? You can put parental controls in place. There are sites they can access, there are sites they cannot access. You see?
Yeah.
So you have to control that. Also, you can control their screen time. Like, you can put, like in YouTube, you can just put, notify me if I'm spending so much on this.
You can?
Yes, you can. It's just settings. You can. So if you're like...
I didn't know that.
Yeah, like me, if I'm in 40 minutes there, it gives me an alert.
Oh.
Yeah. And I take a break.
Oh, wow.
Even if I'm in class, I take a break. So you can put such things. Lock if the child is in this, on the screen for more than 30 minutes, example. So that, and then they do something different. You understand? Then parents should have limit when it comes to sharing their children's photos, the school they go to. But you have to choose between, you have to choose carefully. The school they go to, exposing their daily routines, who they associate with. You understand? We were talking about gender-based violence. There are predators, like who prey on children, right? Pedophiles. Digitally, they track. In the morning, Anita posts her child going to school. Yes. So I know the school. Let's say I'm a predator, God forbid.
I even know the time.
Yes. And then I know your child leaves at 7. Goes to certain school, comes back at that time, and maybe they use the school bus. So there's nobody actually monitoring whether, it's not the parent going to pick them. So it's easy, to lure in a child with a sweet or something, or even, a video or something, and then take them. Such things. So this is something that mainly falls on caregivers and parents, but also we have cybersecurity laws. We have data protection acts. So, but what we need more, I think, is, and as much as we need the acts and the laws in place, is awareness, telling people what this actually is doing to the children. That even aside, children are a lot of things. You see your child cussing, and you've never cussed in front of your child, and then you wonder, where did you learn this from? Then you will think it's school. It's not school. They have groups. Yes. They have groups online. They chat with, they game with, and then they learn things from. So
it's clearly a double-edged sword.
Yes, it is.
I was reading a tweet the other day that talked about TikTok and how Kenya goes ham from 2 a.m. It is Sin City. So do you think, Nancy, that there could be laws that stop this from growing any bigger?
Yes, laws can be enacted, but then you as a person, what are you doing about it? Yes, there can be laws. Yes. But how about you as a person? You need to be more careful, even what you post, what you share with people, Be as secretive as possible. You don't have to put your life all out there.
But we live in a world of show-off, Nancy.
Indeed, we live in a world of show-off, but some information we share is unnecessary. So you see, when you give people something to talk about, that's when they attack you.
They talk about,
Yes, laws can be enacted, but what about you as a person? How are you protecting yourself?
But our values have been eroded so much that now we can only look up to the law to tell us, stop, stand, give us direction. So I'm wondering, I think there are countries that banned TikTok. Do you think we should go there as a country? This is just personal opinion. Yeah. What do you think? Because what I was reading was scary, that this is actually happening every day in this country.
But you see, as my colleague has said, you know, technology is a double-edged sword.
Yeah.
You see, if you ban some, you're denying someone a business opportunity because there's something good that happens in TikTok. You can use TikTok
to those good things
to do something good. Okay?
Yeah.
So it is just to be careful. Yes, laws are there. Laws will be there, but we need to, as people, to be careful about how we live our lives and what we put out there.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I think, Anisha, one of the reasons why this happens, especially with our youth, is because of the dopamine, the reward they get from it, not even necessarily.
Yes, we need some dopamine shot every once in a while.
So yes, we can, so what triggers that? The number of likes they get, the share they get, right?
Yeah.
This is just, I'm just thinking about this. As a country, yes, we can have laws in place. You know, what you see based on your feeds, they're based on algorithm.
Yes.
What you watch frequently, what gets rewarded.
So
mostly.
these people who say these things come to their feed is
algorithm.
AI.
It's basically the sites you visit, the things you talk about, the things you mention. So it just picks. That's what marketers use to. That's why you're just looking at shoes somewhere. The next day you keep on seeing ads. So we can enact laws in Kenya and that reward things like innovation. Instead of rewarding dance moves, what do you call those people who just follow trends? Sometimes I was watching another video where someone was throwing themselves off car, so that, and then it's something, it happens. There's many people died in such people taking selfies on high heights.
Yeah.
I don't know if my mic is still in touch.
Yeah,
I think I'll just hold it.
Yeah.
So we can talk of, we can enact laws that help us reward good things like innovations, like charity work, teamwork, that health activities, maybe hikings, like right now we have droughts and such things. The other time we had what's called Walk of Hope some years back, things like that. Yes, people will get the dopamine they need because they will be shared, they will be viewed, they will be appreciated, but they will be making an actual difference in their lives. We could be planting trees, we could be taking advantage, doing, I shouldn't say this, I don't know. like if there's something bad happening, like maybe maybe women are attacked somewhere, like what was happening in Forest Road the other time. We could plan demonstrations, that are actually going to make a difference in our lives. So once we have an algorithm that rewards that, then I think we'll be in a different place than just having it unregulated.
Yeah, so Nancy, has technology enhanced access to justice? Because I think if you're talking about being a 21st century prosecution service, we adopt technology, we work on enhancing justice even further. So do you think technology in itself has enhanced justice?
Yes, it has enhanced justice. Nowadays, you can have trial online. You can have, you can use...
Maybe then before you go there, so what is access to justice?
Access to justice means when people are okay, what is justice? Justice is when people are able to, what is it called? How do I put it? Access to justice means when...
It's your dance to hell.
Basically it means you should get justice with the shortest time possible with the least resources you can use. So
So
do you think technology has done that?
Yes, it has. First of all, we have we can now access the laws online at the click of a button. We have Kenya Law Report. If you want to check your case, you can just check online. There are cause lists online. So people are able to access justice.
And they're also able to join their proceedings virtually.
Virtually. You don't have to go to court. So
does it have the same effect, the same impact?
Yes,
like when you're defending your case virtually, does it have the same dopamine? Do you get the same oomph, drive, adrenaline rush?
But what is the end result? What do you want at the end of it? You want justice. It doesn't matter whether there's that.
But you see, maybe you studied law so that you drag your suitcase across the streets,
but
put on there,
things have changed, huh? And you have to move with times.
Yes.
You don't have to necessarily drag your suitcase to court or have a
put on that that gown.
You know, people still put on their suits even when you're online. You have to be well dressed. Etiquette. You still have to be well dressed.
But they will only be seen from here outwards.
You still have to be well dressed. So really, it is the same effect. And in fact, this is better because sometimes you don't have to go all the way to court. You can be at the comfort of your home and mention a matter. You've saved time. Okay, you've even saved resources. So really, it is technology has done well.
You think?
Yes.
I'm imagining,
and we should embrace it.
Yeah.
I think people have not
really embraced it. I don't think we can avoid it. We can't avoid it anymore. We have to, and COVID made us just get on the wagon, you know. If there was a point you said no to technology, COVID just made you think otherwise. You need technology. But imagining you go to law school, Siada, and you finish everything, you're now an advocate of the High Court of Kenya. You want to be seen arguing your case in live court, and I'm just joking. We need to clearly embrace technology. So what advice would you give to your younger self, in the space of technology, in the space of gender equality, women empowerment? What would you tell a younger you so that they're not afraid?
Yes. Yeah. Okay, in as much as we study law and we have books, we have files, we have papers, you know, we have to embrace technology. We have to change with times, because that is where we are heading. You know, nowadays we use technology, but still there are papers. It's hybrid. But it will reach a point where we will embrace technology fully. Yes. So let us have an open mind. As women, as lawyers, let's have an open mind. Yes, this is where we are right now. You remember during COVID, people were not able to go to court. People were not able to go to open spaces. You're supposed to sit somewhere, you know. And still matters moved. People conducted their trials online. People, things moved. Okay. So let us embrace technology. It is a good thing. Let us not be afraid. Yes.
So I like asking these questions on World Women's Day. Is it the glass ceiling or the sticky floors? What makes you not progress as a woman in this time and age?
Maybe the sticky floors.
Maybe the sticky floors.
Yes, because you know, as a woman, you're limitless. Okay, you're a human being as any other person, and you have the ability to be much more. Okay, dream, execute your dream. You know, work towards. But
there's so much that comes towards a woman.
Indeed, there is. Of course. You may be a wife, you may be a mother, you're a wife. There's so much. You finish from work, you go home, you still have work to do. But it doesn't mean that you cannot progress or go beyond that. Of course, there's no straight road. The road is winding. And you see, nothing comes easy. So you have to overcome those challenges and be the best that you can be.
You think it's possible?
It is possible.
Can I add to that point?
Yes, please.
Many have done it.
What she said. Yes, you're a mom, you're a wife, you're a mother. You have all the responsibilities our, you know, that men have, and ours has an added responsibility. But in Islam, this that is said that we cannot, God does not place something on your shoulder that you have no capability of handling.
There's something also.
Yes, in Islam we say, La yukallifullahu nafsan illa wus'aha. What it means is, God never puts, your nafs is your soul, is never burdened by something that you're supposed to do, example, literally. So you see, yes, God created me. He knew I would be a mom, I would be a wife, I would be a daughter, I would be all this, I would be doing this. And yet He still gave me role models, you know, that have achieved all that. What does that tell you? You were also given the capability. So all we need to know is just realize our potential. And, you know, strive towards achieving it. As we also ask, you know, for help when we are necessary. We don't have to die with it, right?
So, Siada, is it the sticky floor or the glass ceiling? What stops you?
For me, it's the sticky floor. But I don't let it stop me. It kind of delay you, pull you back a little bit. But it doesn't stop you unless you want to stop.
You're so optimistic. You are very positive.
You have to be. That's all you have.
So then, another question I must always ask on World Women's Day: work-life balance. Is it real? Is it a myth? Can you actually attain work-life balance?
you can actually attain work-life balance. You need, if you need help, ask for help. If you need someone to assist you, let's say you're a working mother, you need to employ someone to help you do things at home. Employ someone to help you to do things at home. That's why you're working, so that you get money to make your work easier. Pay someone.
Make your life simple,
Yeah, make your life simple. Pay someone to help you. If you need to buy a washing machine so that you can do better.
Stop washing clothes.
Buy a washing machine, okay? Empower yourself, okay? That's why you're working. That's why you're here in the position that you're in. You don't have to do everything. You don't have to balance.
You're not superwoman.
You know, you're not as, you know? Yeah. You need to ask for help and then you need to breathe. When you feel like it's all overwhelmed you, it's all too much, relax. Okay, just breathe. Take it all in stride. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Do your best. Yes.
Siada, work-life balance. Is it a reality? Can you attain it?
Yes, but you require discipline and dedication. You have to be disciplined and dedicated.
Yes.
And it's not a walk in the park, but it's not impossible, and many have achieved. Like, I don't know why this is just coming out now, but even in our olden days, our mothers used to do that. They never used to work in an office, but they will go to, to the shamba, or, go to take care of the animals, take care of their kids, take care of their, families. Women always used to balance with, work-life balance, even though they were traditional work roles, and not the kind of work we do. So with dedication, discipline, and prayer, I'm a very prayerful woman.
That's good.
Yes, you can achieve.
The roles have sort of, there's a blood role nowadays. Traditionally, you're expected to do all those things. Childbearing, take care of your home, but now life has changed. We are all out at the same time. We all come back home at this, maybe even later. So what do you tell someone? I mean, what happens? Do you also embrace change and move on with the times?
Yeah, you do. There are people, there's some women in their life who enjoy being a mother, being a home manager. We should not shame them. No. We should support them. They should be okay in their space, right? There are those who get, satisfaction with productivity. Like, they really can
have to work.
Yes, not necessarily have to. They want to. They want to make a real life difference in the world, not only in their homes. So they have to go out and work and impact. There are those who have to. That's the, that's how they take care of their family. Yes. So we respect and and support all categories. As at the same time we help each other. There's no one, we should not try to be super in everything we do. We have not been created to be like that. That's why you see people getting depressed, anxiety, all these things come up because of that. Like me, if I am stuck somewhere, I always ask for help from my family, from my friends, and I'm there for them when they need me. So with that, that kind of communal living, you can achieve that.
Is there an age limit to what a woman can do? Like, can you decide I have to do this by 25? If not, then I'm doomed. No, but that is what society has made us believe.
Not really. Just be you. Okay.
It's not easy being you, Nancy.
I know that, but do things at your own pace. The problem with us is that we tend to compare so much. You're looking at your neighbor, you're like, she has a car, a big car.
I must.
I have a small car, or I don't have a car. Really? Do you know how she got that car? Do you know how they got to where they are? Okay. So just be you. Know yourself. Actually, the best thing is to know yourself, know who you are, okay, and embrace yourself and work at your own pace. Grow at your own pace. Okay. It's not bad to dream or to be ambitious, but then do it legally and at your own limits and at your own time and pace. Let us not be unfair to ourselves. Okay.
Don't be too hard on yourself.
Don't be too hard on yourself. Because, at the end of the day, you are the only person you have. You don't have another body. It is just you.
All right. I need to go on social and just get to... I have a lot... Sorry, Mike. So there's something... And the one thing that made me learn that work-life balance does exist. I once had a talk by Caroline Mutoko. And she talked about work-life balance. And she said, get yourself a wife. You see the way men have their wives taking care of their things? So you get yourself a wife, not in the literal sense, but get somebody who takes care of your small things so that you also wake up, suit up, and go.
That is true. The wife could be the dishwasher, could
Yes,
be the washing machine,
anything,
the vacuum cleaner.
but get help.
Yes.
So she was saying, get help. Don't assume you can do everything by
That
yourself.
is a great point.
Yeah. So I want to go on YouTube and just get some comments. Paul says, great conversation. Thanks, Paul. Soft Call Digital says, insightful. Asante Sana. And then Kauthar Mohammed says, the Super Wajir partner at Siada. You're a celeb. Now this is when you say they want me to go and run for office. Oh. Nancy Kamali says, insightful. Thank you so much. And then Kauthar Mohammed says, we really need cyber laws that are fully implemented and an active communication authority of Kenya. But this can only be implemented on a centralized authentication system while using the tech devices. I promise you I don't know what they have said there. So what have they said?
Read the comment again.
Let me read it again. We need cyber laws that are fully implemented and an active communication authority of Kenya. But this can only, so from this point, but this can only be implemented on a centralized authentication system while using tech devices.
You see, cyber laws are, I think we have,
Yes.
the issue is the implementation. We have them, but are they implemented?
Yeah.
How many times are you bullied online? How many times that's a revenge has happened?
Yeah.
So, like that person is a user on the internet, right?
Yeah.
They can be verified. They're associated with a certain IP address. They have
So that's the
things.
authentication.
You authenticate centrally,
okay.
like a central database. Yeah.
All right. So they say, not forgetting tech advocates like yourself and prosecutors that are well conversant to the changing technology. So that's just a comment. Keep doing what you're doing and try and embrace technology as much as you can in your course of work. I will go to Facebook and I will start with Sheikh Abu Katada. We wish you all the best. Thank you very much. Luke Guide says, explain to me when a woman who is in marriage leaves her marriage due to domestic issues and decides to love another man. Is it an offense? Nancy, is it an offense to love another?
Imagine issues.
Can I love another?
The heart wants what it wants.
So look, the answer is the heart wants what it wants.
But there's an offense in law called bigamy, although it's not so common. When you conduct a marriage while another one is still in existence. Okay, that is bigamy.
So wait, we're backtracking a bit. So the polygamy is allowed. Polygamy in law is allowed.
It depends with the regime of marriage that you're in, you conducted. If you conducted your marriage under the Marriage Act, then there's an offense called bigamy that is envisaged there. Because when you conduct a marriage while you're still married to another person, that's an offense.
All right.
Okay. But there are other laws there are other regimes that allow polygamy. Okay. So, for example, traditional marriages. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, those ones are allowed.
Those
all right.
Yeah, Muslims under the Qadi courts.
Yes. They allow polygamy.
Yeah.
So it depends.
Yeah. Interesting. So look, there you have it. The heart what gets the heart
wants what it wants.
Wants what it wants, but do it within the law,
yes.
Right? Dano Getro says good work, and then Luke comes back again and says, when two women decide to marry to one man, then they fought in marriage, can they be prosecuted or their case be diverted and settled it using ADR? I think Luke has a personal story going on here.
Depends.
Yes, so Nancy?
Depends with the regime of the law.
Okay.
But the first marriage was conducted. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. So, like in African traditional society, polygamy is allowed.
Did he say when they fight?
Yeah, when they fight in marriage, can they be prosecuted?
That becomes assault.
It changes. There are so many things that can happen in between. Yes. Yeah. All right. Then he says, fine discussion. Thanks, Luke. Then again, he says, do women have rights to choose their partners if there are domestic issues with their husband? Again, the heart wants what it wants within the law. Does traditional method of marriage, I don't know how this discussion ended up being about marriage. Does traditional method of marriage allow, for example, where old men decide to give a man a wife who is underage? Is it allowed?
No, underage is not allowed.
Underage is not allowed.
There's even an offense called defilement.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's not allowed.
Yeah.
Let children grow and be their full potential.
Yeah. So look, when you marry a girl who's underage, you'll be charged with defilement. So even if the old man in your village gives you, you can't allow that to happen. I think we need to close this discussion. I think it's been interesting how technology has ended up being about marriage. But oh well, it's empowerment, it's embracing diversity and inclusion. Yes. And I want to thank you for your time. I think we've gotten to understand a bit about the ODPP, what it does and how you do it, and of course about yourselves and what you think about life in general. Unless you have that one thing that you must say, final.
Stay tuned, educate yourself.
Awesome.
Learn about ODPP.
Yes.
Comment, share, like.
Yes.
And thank you, Anita. It has been an interesting conversation.
Thank you so much. So thank you everyone who was tuned in. Thank you for your engagement and your conversation. We have definitely ended up on a very exciting note. We welcome you again next week to join us in the discussion. And of course, you can let us know what you want us to talk about, and we can definitely look into it and get discussing it. So once again, happy International Women's Day to all the women out there, to all the powerful women, to all the career women, to all the aspiring career women in technology especially, and of course to the ladies here. Happy International Women's Day. Apparently you're supposed to spend a whole month celebrating it just because we can. Yeah? Yes. All right. Have a blessed Friday and a good weekend. Let's meet again next week. God bless you. Thank you.